And there we go. We're up, we're running, glitches and all. That happens. Good morning, everyone. It is Monday. This is Carol, so AKA Naughty Boss, live with two
Sisters. Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Janice, AKA Wellness Diva 5.0. Obviously, we're on, excuse me, a little later today. Casu just got in on the red eye. And then we had about a half an hour of, I don't know, goobly-gook connection issues.
Yeah.
Anyways, here we are, Mindset Monday. And, you know, this kind of, when we have those derailments, and obviously we had a slight derailment this morning, you know, it just goes to show the importance of, we rely so much on all of our electronic devices and codes and this and that. Oy vey. So
That's a big oy vey.
yes, it certainly is. And with your shirt, I imagine that says good vibes. And that's where I think you have to sometimes take a step back and say, okay, why isn't this working? It almost reminds me of the time a couple of weeks ago. Actually, I think it was about 2 weeks ago. Somebody hacked into my Facebook account and everything was Vietnamese. So my friend said, well, just change the password. Well, that's great if I could read the effing language. So long story short, I had to have, she told me about something called Google Translate. And actually, I didn't know that it was Vietnamese at first. I thought it was Chinese or something. So I was able to copy in the wording, paste it into Google Translate, and found out that it was Vietnamese. But it was, you know, it was a process. We rely so much now on our devices to work properly and like that. But
Right.
you know, such is life. But you know, it just goes to show you the good old pen and paper and picking up the phones may sometimes work better. Obviously not in this case, but always have things backed up. Everyone that I'm speaking to, whether it's clients, family, friends, back your stuff up. Like
yeah,
if you have something that is that important, a document, whatever it may be, back it up to the cloud, back it up to Dropbox. Oh my gosh, so important.
Back it up.
Back it up, I'll take it.
Yeah, back that stuff up. Yeah, and it does. It throws a curveball when you're expecting something to, you know, where, you know, normally it's just goes smoothly, and you have to have some good mindset to overcome the battles of what is derailing your mind in several different directions all at once, especially when you're a little jet lagged. Doesn't always work out that way, but you know, it is what it is. And how do you combat that? Well, you don't quit at it. Sometimes, yeah, it's going to get frustrating. Sometimes it's going to, get your fire going. Like, why isn't this working right? Especially when we were just joking. Not even joking. We both were previously just on Zoom, so we knew, you know, it's not the equipment per se. It's, you know, probably in these, you know, a lot of times you have links, and sometimes the links are just not correctly generating the way, you know, just some glitch, little glitch comes within that. And how do you overcome that when that's part of the big game of what you need to accomplish that goal, to get our, you know, in this case, to run our daily podcast. So it does happen. And speaking of derailment, it's kind of like, you know, you had to have a good mindset. You know, a lot of times when you travel, things are out of your control. We always say we're never in control anyways. We're only in control of how we act and how we're going to react, right? So, you know, when you get those delays, I talked to several people who had a lot of delays coming out of Las Vegas, and, you know, then, you know, finally kind of get back on track on time. You know, our car service is there on time. And, you know, sadly there was, which appears to be probably a fatal accident happened. So we were in traffic for about an hour. And, you know how that goes when you come back from being away from a few days, and if there's a time change, your body's kind of not responding the way it normally would, or you don't have that great energy that you normally would have had if you had a good night's sleep. So you've got all these things kind of going against you. And how do you do it? How do you flip that switch to say, it's not in my control? So, it's venting is good, get it out of your system, and then immediately change the direction. I find that if I'm frustrated over something or something's not working out exactly the way I want it to happen, if I either step away from it, give myself to remove myself from the situation and go back at it, that usually is a key piece, because then you start focusing on something else, maybe another task or a memory or something else you got to do. And then you go back to it, and now it's kind of like you get now a new set of eyes, a new brain to overcome the battle of what is happening. So those are kind of some tricks that I usually tell people to do, is just kind of walk away, step away from it. It's okay that you get frustrated, because that's a normal reaction of any situation that's not, cooperating in the manner in which you want it to. But always step away from it, get back to it, give yourself a breather, do a little reset. If you're frustrated or angry or getting pissy about it, which that also kind of goes in line with when you're frustrated, again, do the same thing. Do some breathing exercises, just walk away, clear that head, kind of change the battery of your brain.
Oh, I
need to
like
be
that.
charged.
Change the battery of your brain. And there's always different connection issues. I had an issue this morning with Loomly with one of my clients. And I was like, did you change anything? She said no. And I'm like, well, I'm thinking to myself, well, how can that be? Like, I've done everything that I'm supposed to do. Boom, 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 boom. I go back in it, and just to connect the connections. And that's all that it was. Now, I was starting to feel that WTF feeling, like, and I just had to connect it. It was like, boom, boom, done. So take a moment,
Deep breath.
breathe, deep breath. And, I'll have to do some of that some more afterwards, but I'll tell you that just after we're done recording. It's just like never ending, but it's a good lesson on how to troubleshoot and what to look for, especially when different apps or programs are different than normal, than what you may be used to. So it just goes to show you that patience definitely is a virtue.
Mm-hmm. Amen on that.
Stepping away from your desk is also a virtue. And so is punching the bag or kicking it, which works out great as well.
Yes, just go change the mindset. And it's not always easy to do that. Sometimes you're in a situation where you can't step away. So then what you do, like say you're working, on a problem, you're doing something problem solving, something that you're writing down, or you're writing something, physically pick up the paper, put it to the side, go work on another project. If you're on your computer, do the same thing, change, like if you're on a website, and how sometimes websites can be frustrating. You're trying to find something, you're trying to link, okay, where's the go-to? A lot of things are not always user-friendly. I love things that are user-friendly, but let's be real, not everything is. So how do you kind of work that? A lot of times too with websites, they're different on your laptop versus on your phone. So sometimes it even looks a little different. Like, where's that? I had the button here yesterday when I was on the laptop, and now I'm on my cell and it's not in the same spot, or I can't find it. It was funny. I was trying to have my mile number for this particular airline that I don't often use, and I could not remember it. And because I don't use it that often, it was associated still with my prior address. And I got a feeling there's an older email in there, because what happens is once I finally got the number, it said, okay, we'll send you, the link to reset your password. And I'm waiting and no email comes. I check spam, I check trash, like you name it. And I'm like, ugh. So it's one of those where, okay, I'm going to have to actually call them. And you know what happens when you call an 800 number. The approximate, we value your time. Your approximate hold time is 39 minutes, and you could just visit us at www. It'll work out quicker. But sometimes it doesn't work out quicker because you don't have all the eggs in the basket. You need different pieces. And that's one of the things of when you relocate or change your email address. I'm sure people can relate. That can be frustrating where your information is not current or up to date. And they ask you for the old stuff, but you can't get the old stuff. So what's the point? Yeah. It's been like that for
Exactly. Yeah, back it up, which I've been doing a lot of between USB drives. And, speaking of email addresses, how many different email accounts do you have? Now, one particularly I wasn't using anymore. I'm like, why do I still have this? Doesn't make any sense. So I downloaded everything that I wanted to off of that, or anything I wanted to save, cancel it all out. I had to switch Zoom from that email address to the TwoSistas, which is something technically I should have done a long time ago. Obviously, just didn't get around to it. So here we are. It's working out great, other than the little glitches we had this morning. But you know what? It's all good. And speaking of glitches, oh my goodness. I don't even know where to begin. So I'm just going to let you talk a little bit more about Mindset Monday.
There you go. Well, I know it's difficult because this is the day of the week that, is really technically, as we talk about all the time, is the second day of the week. Sunday is the day that you really should already have gotten some of your planning done if you were in a perfect world, but that always doesn't happen. Sunday, a lot of people call it Sunday fun day. They'll do a lot of things with their family, their friends. Some people are dreading that day comes because to them it signifies that the weekend is over and the playtime is over. So what I try to like to do is, obviously I was gone for a few days, so I could not organize or did not have the time to organize what I would normally do. So now I'm doing that on Monday. I'm playing a catch up. And it really just shows me the value of trying to be ahead of the game. So try to get some of what you need to get done on that Sunday, not that Monday, because usually what is occurring is if you are a stay-at-home mom doing the stay-home school program, you got to be on top of your game, girl or dad, guy, because you know how mornings are trying to get children out of the house with their lunches and their backpack and all that. And, while you do have the benefit of not maybe having to do that because you're homeschooling, that you have to quickly turn the switch off because now you're not mom, you're dual role, you're mom, and now you're, the teacher. So you've got to make sure that you have some organizational skills going, but you don't want to overtask your brain, overwhelm your brain. Try to use one area, one calendar for everything and color code it. I was finding that I was using too many different activity books and or calendars. And now, like Jan, we love our highlighters because I choose different colors for meanings of different things that are going to pop to me. Whether it's, if it's an appointment, like a doctor's appointment, it's one color. I even actually put when I'm going to go grocery shopping, and I have a specific color for that. This is going to just a quick, glance kind of color coded system that allows me to kind of know what my day's going to be. Then I also, because like we're talking about devices, you've got a calendar on your phone, your device, or maybe your iPad. So you want to make sure that you're trying to combine them in such a way that doesn't become like another second chore or job. So what I try to do is, as soon as I make any appointments that day, I've slotted off time in my daily schedule to make sure that all my schedules are connected. So if I've got things that are on my phone, but I don't put them on my physical calendar, that's going to really screw me up because, as much as my phone is near me, a lot of times it's not always near me. So you want to simplify things as best you can. And I know, especially with young parents, they do the sticky note thing, or they've got a kid's calendar and a family calendar and their personal calendar. Don't do that. It's too much. It's cumbersome, number one. It just adds so many different steps that you don't need to. Yes, between your device and your physical calendar, that's two pieces. That's all you should have. You don't need several different calendars. So that's one way. Color coding, your children's activities. If you've got more than one child, do all blue for the son, do all pink for the girl. And if you have all girls or all boys, come up with different colors and actually make it kind of like a family project. Have your child decide what color they want to be, because that's also going to be a clear reminder that if you're using that calendar on the wall, they're going to know, oh, pink is up today. I'm supposed to help mom with the dishes. Or, pink, did I, pick up my dirty clothes and put them in the laundry for mom? So mom's not picking up my dirty clothes. Did I make my bed? All those things. So everyone's color coded. It sounds kind of corny, but it actually keeps you more organized. Don't you think, Jan? Because I know you like your highlighters as much as I do.
Yes, I do. And I have them strategically placed at different spots, depending on where I'm working specifically. So it's easy to get to. I have a little straightening up to do over here, definitely. But also the key thing too is if you're working with different clients, it's great to assign different colors for that. Purple. Oh, okay, that's that client or that client. Really helps out. It just helps out so much color coding things. And of course, the big calendar on the wall that we have on our door in the loft. For instance, when Gary has a doctor's appointment, I'll write in big letters. Well, I write big anyways. Gary, blah, blah, blah. But I highlight it because so he's seeing that every time he walks out the door. It's like, oh, okay. He knows that he's orange. One day he said, what color am I? I'm like,
and I like that because, when we think about it, we always talk about how we look different, how our insides, our gut issues are different, for our health and our wellness in our mind. So, some people learn differently. Some people naturally they're that visual person. They need to see it. And with a color coding system, it really does. And if, once you know your code, know the color code, you just get used to it. Your eyes just naturally gravitate to where it's supposed to be. A lot of times when you write things down, and for me, if they're not color coded, sometimes I forget. You're reading something. You've got several things going on in one day. Frequently, I will skip it if it's not color coded, just because it doesn't pop up to me. Now, there's other people that no, the color coding system doesn't work. They like to use numbers. So if numbers is your thing, use it. A lot of planners, I love this too. A lot of planners now come with, and if yours doesn't, you can certainly buy them. But they have. I'm going to show you. I just got my new planner for next year. Hold on. And it's the same, ironically, it's the same cover as I had from last year. And I like it because it matches my office nicely. But in the beginning, they have all these like little stickers. So for those of you viewers that can't see them, I'm showing a page that's actually in my planner and they're stickers. So it might say big day, due today. There's some that are check marks. Some are like little mugs. Some are even airplanes. And then some will say exercise, grateful, my time, vacation, party, meetings, to do, payday. What's one of my favorites is grateful. There's also grateful in here. So they're all different ways. Once you really work with your children at such a young age and get them going, this is going to come second nature to them. And who doesn't like stickers? But stickers are a fun way, especially for a kid to say, oh, they may see, a little laundry basket or like a little sticker of stacked up clothing. Oh, I didn't help mommy fold clothes, or, their tasks. All kids, a child is never too young to learn to help out at home and to participate in helping out with chores. And I know I did it when the kids were younger, and I love to see our daughter doing it with her kids. She's got the counter. They've got little chore stickers, and I think hers are actually magnets. And so they keep moving them to where they need to. And each day they're assigned something different, because it really shows, kind of gives them that mindset, especially on Monday, that more helping hands make the load lighter, in our daily lives, in our schoolwork, in your family life, in chores. And it just makes kind of the family machine run smoother, don't you think?
Yes, when things run smoother, everybody's happy. And as the old saying goes, when mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. So
Yeah,
we
and
want,
you know what, while we might not have young children, we do have husbands.
yes, we do. And getting back
like
to that
children.
time with Gary looking on the calendar, he's orange, I'm pink. So I'm like, you're standing right there. Okay, I get the color code thing, but can you read? It,
Yep.
just one of those haha kind of moments, but
It is, it is.
it just goes to show you that, however you can lighten the load, however you can make it easier for yourself. Mindset is not something that, okay, I'm going to have mindset today. Sometimes it's an acquired, learned, habitual type of experience.
Yeah, repetition, because the more you do it, and you know what, if you're one of those, oh, I don't know how you remember, guess what? You got a phone, you got a time.
I didn't mute you.
All right, I had a little glitch there. The call was coming in.
I was going to say, I didn't mute you. Although
All
sometimes
right, it's because you know what it is. I was talking to you earlier. So this is the fun stuff that happens on a podcast. It's actually my neighbor Joe that was injured, so he keeps calling. So I'll have to call him back. But these are the funny things that happen. So because I'm normally, when we do our podcast, I'm normally on my laptop, but because we had some glitches, had to use the phone. So these are things that happen. But you know what, mindset to kind of keep into that, pattern of getting things done. You've got a timer. As I was saying, you got a timer on your phone. Say, you know what, I need a reminder on Sunday that I got to start kicking butt. I got to start preparing for the week. And, what time works for me? Geez, by the time I get the kids to bed, 7:30, 8 o'clock, I'm going to just set an alarm, say, hey, whatever you are, mama, get it going, get started. Go look at your calendar, make sure your appointments are set up. And that kind of kickstarts your day. And as every Sunday that comes rolling around and you get that alarm, it now becomes habits, good habits of organization take practice. That's when they become a habit after you've been doing them continually. But sometimes we need help getting us to do it. That's why a timer or, an alarm is good.
yes, second nature. And on that note, our second nature is to get this uploaded in a timely fashion, which I will be doing obviously once we sign off. But Mindset Monday, always keep in mind that it's not so much that you have to do something, setting yourself up for success to create those nice ground floor type of mindset things that set the tone for not only the day, but for those around you. And on that note, my name is Janice, aka Wellness Diva 5.0, a little chilly this morning with two
Sistas, and this is Carol Sue, aka Naughty Bus, live on Monday Mindset. We are so glad that we could give you some great tools that are going to help you set yourself up for success all week long. We will see you tomorrow for Triumph Tuesday. What did you triumph over? I think we're already starting to triumph over some stuff right now that we'll add to tomorrow, and I love that. You guys have a great day, everyone. Talk to you
Bye,
later.
everyone.
Bye-bye.